6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And who said international breaks were not welcome? Because right now, I am very pleased we have an international break coming up because something needs to change and something needs to change fast. And Eddie needs time on the training pitch to sort this mess out. I'm going to try and keep very quiet tonight because I've got two lovely new guests coming on called Bev and Scott. And we've obviously got Superfan Dan as well. I am going to have my little rant at the very end of the show. So I'm going to try and keep it level-headed for as long as I possibly can. This is going to be a hard watch. All right. I'm watching a rerun of the late night comedy show that runs Saturday nights and munching on little Debbie Strawberries rolls. I'm feeling a lot better already. Now, if you give me a can of Diet Coke and some cola bottles, I'll be with you there, Eddie. But yeah, I don't know what those strawberry rolls are, to be honest with you. Evening, Ed. Leslie in the background doing all the usual stuff as well. Welcome to the aftermath of today's game at Brentford. Please like, share, subscribe, hype the show after the show's finished. Support the channel. It's free. Join from 99p if you want to. Donate in the bottom right-hand corner. All goes to charity. And evening, Eddie. And please be respectful. Again, I know it's going to be difficult tonight because there's going to be a lot of people who have had a few drinks and who aren't very happy with what they've just seen. So free reign tonight, guys. Seeing the post-game press conference, yeah, we'll talk about that. I'm going to bring the guests in soon, don't worry. The other coach emphasized his team were on their heels until the penalty kick. He clearly emphasized odd refereeing. I don't know. I thought they were better all the way through the game, to be fair. But hey, what's this one? Agree with them there. Indeed, evening, Jory. Well, yeah, it was, Gary. Well, honestly, we're going to dissect everything. We want all your opinions. I've got the Bruno comments, so we'll talk about that. Sparky, multi-award winning Sparky. When you think the Premier League couldn't get any more wrong. Evening, Wallace, how we doing, mate? Evening, Blade. So much for the 7-0. Yeah. Evening, Dan.
Good evening, Baz. Good to see you.
I'm going to try and stay level-headed to let you guys say what you want, and then I'll have my little rant at the end. I think that's the best way to do it tonight.
I was trying. I was in the studio, in the background, talking to Beverly, and I said, right. So we're going to keep all of our F bombs and C bombs, and all those to keep those to a minimum. Well, it now appears that you've given us free reign to speak our minds tonight. So maybe we just mind our P's and Q's instead.
I'd say F bombs are welcome. I would say stay away from the C bombs, especially when we're a lady. We have a lady present.
I wasn't the one who was going to use them.
I know. To be fair, again, I just some people don't like that word. I don't mind it, but there we go. Because I'm a Ricky Gervais fan, and he uses it quite a lot, so it doesn't bother me. Dan, what are F bombs and C bombs? Come on, Gary.
Come on, Gary.
Right. Let's bring our first guest in. Welcome, Beverly, for the first time. How are you doing?
Hi, guys. Well, it could be better. Could be better.
Yeah.
Could be.
Could be better. I'm a little bit more calm that, it's been a couple of hours, but yeah.
You do know we just got hammered 3-1. There's no need to be calm.
Yeah, and it's only 2:30 in the afternoon here in Chicago as well. So I've got the whole rest of the day to kind of stew on this.
The Windy City.
When I came upstairs, Tara said, "You all right?" I said, "No, I'm going upstairs to rant."
My kids are in bed. I've got to be quiet. Well, I say that. Let's bring Scotty in. How you doing, Scotty?
Yeah, all right, lads.
Hey, Scott.
Ladies.
Oh, yeah, I'm all right.
Yeah.
The big question, I guess, Baz, is where do we start?
Where do we start? I'll tell you where I am going to start. I'm going to start with Dan Burn, and I'm not going to start criticizing him straight away. I want you guys' opinions, but a lot of people are saying Lewis Hall should have come straight back into the team. Dan, we discussed this massively, and for me, unless Lewis Hall is fit to play 90 minutes, Dan Burn was the obvious choice to play at left back because Lewis Hall is not ready yet.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Oh, that was easy. Okay. where do we start?
But he should have been substituted sooner. Let's be fair.
Oh, without a shadow of a doubt.
We saw that before, even before the penalty shout, he was being outplayed. So to me, it should have been an earlier substitution, and this could have possibly been avoided.
Yeah, agreed.
And what we mean by possibly avoided, we're talking about obviously this could have been avoided.
Well, a penalty and then being a man down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Who makes substitutions at 70 minutes?
Anyhow.
All right.
Let's talk about the first half as well. Don't get me wrong, we were 1-0 up, but we didn't deserve to be 1-0 up.
No.
We had one single shot on goal, which was put away brilliant. It was probably the best move of the match and best move that we put together through the whole. Yeah, exactly. But it all started in the midfield, the way they opened them up, got the ball out wide, cross into the box. Voltemada's touch, by the way, was sublime to Harvey Barnes. Nobody else could have done that. And then he feints left, feints right, gets back on his left foot and smashes it under the keeper. I go nuts at work. Everyone's looking at me going, who the hell's this? But we didn't deserve it. It was a great goal, but we didn't deserve it, did we?
Let's face it. Run a player, wasn't it?
It was our first attempt on goal.
Yeah.
And it was after 30 minutes.
It didn't really come from anything either. It was literally just a flash in the pan.
Yeah.
Yeah, we agreed.
It was a flash in the pan. We were awful all game.
If we go back,
our first touch. I don't understand how we don't have a first touch anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And
it all started for me with Joel Linton.
Yeah,
Joel Linton started it all for me.
Well, the starting 11 started it off for me.
He was just awful.
We were all expecting a
Ramsey.
reaction after the West Ham game, weren't we? We got it on Wednesday night, but it's easy to do that on a Champions League night at St James's Park under the lights. There's nothing better than that. That is easy to have a reaction to because everyone's on you. But when you go away to Brentford, who were a very difficult side, I said a point would be a great result today because Brentford turn over teams left, right, and centre. Even though, like you pointed out behind the scenes, Beverly, they've lost Mbeumo, they've lost Wissa. You know,
they lost their captain.
Yeah, again, and they're still churning out players. They're still churning out performances against.
They lost their manager. Yeah,
but I expected us to battle a lot more and be a. And Eddie Howe said this in his aftermath his post-match comments was, we weren't good technically today, but that's because you didn't have the best technically players on the pitch and you kept the other ones on the pitch.
He keeps on saying about athletes, doesn't he? He likes runners. Yeah. He likes run, but actually we're playing football. We're not in an athletics stadium. We're playing football, Eddie. Like, yeah, we need athletes, but you need footballers, mate, as well. And some of them were on the bench.
Well, also, everyone looked like they were running in treacle today because 90% of that team have started 3 games in a week.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the only reason Trippier didn't start last week was because he was ill.
Yeah.
Yep.
So he would have started. Would he have started again today? It's too much. He has
to be able
to rotate.
Would you have brought Kraft in, though, after Kraft's 45 minutes performance against West Ham?
Oh, heavens, no. Absolutely not. But
I disagree.
Then there's nobody else.
But in midfield, I think the midfield needs to freshen up because that midfield 3 is not working. I say this all the time, and I'm probably going to get pelters for this. But to me, Joe Linton is a 1 in 6 guy. He has 1 good game in 6. And to me, this season, he's had half a game in 10.
Yeah.
He is not where we are right now.
Void in the team now.
We've evolved past him. Well,
Yeah.
I was hoping we had, because we're supposed to be a passing team now.
I think you just got to trust Jacob Ramsey more.
Yes.
Yeah.
Give him a
I
run
think
in
he's
the
got to
team.
trust. But this is the problem with Eddie Howe. He has his faithfuls. This happened at Bournemouth, and it's happening again. He has his trusty faithfuls, and I've said this before. He likes to integrate players too slowly. We could have had Ramsey in there, Ramsdale. Yet again, I'm going to get pelted as well. He hung Ramsdale out to dry today, really. With yes, okay, Pope had a head injury. Fair enough. He could have come off earlier.
Yeah.
The first thing
He
that
should have
lad
came
had
off
to
straight
do
away.
Yes, he should
the
have been off.
first thing that young lad had to do was go on that field and face a penalty.
Yeah.
He hung him out to dry.
Could have
And
made him a hero as well, though. At the same time, there's the double set. There's a double-edged
there's
sword.
a
with that
double
one.
side, but unfortunately, we're sat the other side of the double side.
Yeah. But I don't think he hung Ramsdale out to dry, to be honest with you. I think he had to make the decision because of how Pope
Could
was
have made it
feeling.
earlier.
Should have made it. Should have made it straight away.
Should have made it earlier.
Remember?
I think-
Can you remember last week Tottenham? Bergville, how you pronounce his name? Got the ball smashed into his face. The player wanted to play on. The manager looked at him and went and spoke to his medical team and said, "Is he all right?" I know the player's saying he's all right, but is he all right? And the medical team said no. So he whipped them off.
Yeah.
Yep.
That should have happened today.
Yeah.
No, my feelings, Baz, and I said this on Friday when we had the pre-match. I would have started Ramsdale.
Yes,
As soon as Pope got a call up for the England squad, I would have started Ramsdale instead. You've got a lad who with that call up is sitting there going, right. So now I got a chance to impress and get there and get into Tuchel's World Cup squad thinking and all that kind of stuff. I'm sitting there. Ramsdale will be hungry for this. Let him have it. And we disagreed about that one.
Yeah, but in the first half, Nick Pope kept us in the game, though. I mean,
he did the same at West Ham, to be fair.
Yeah, the one-handed
Made mistakes,
dive.
but
then he went to punch the ball.
Yeah,
his punches are really grating on me. Catch it, please, just catch it.
Well,
he punched one at West Ham and it went straight out to Paqueta, and that was it. You knew where it was going.
You see, right? I disagree with all that one on the Paqueta one because he punched that 35 yards out.
But he looped it.
That doesn't matter.
So
that gives the defense a chance to get out, and that was a good punch.
I don't like Pope's punching.
The thing is, though, all keepers in the Premier League are now punching the ball, and he was on a podcast to explain why. Because the way the ball moves, it's harder to catch it than it is to punch it, apparently. But of course, Nick Pope kind of showed the opposite today, didn't he? Jesus. Oh God.
He didn't. So wait. You asked a question a minute ago. Beverly said absolutely not. Scott said I disagree. Scott, you would have started Emil Kraft at right back because Trips just played a corker on Wednesday in the Champions League.
I'd give Kraft a chance, definitely. Just have them little bit more legs than Trips.
Again, it goes back to the rotation thing. We don't have Tino to bring in yet. He's on grass, but he's not fit to play. So I agree with what Beverly was saying. Was we have to rotate. And Trippier was unwell
as well, a little bit here as well. Trippier actually brings more
quality. The quality is
going forward, but he brings more calmness. He brings more leadership.
Yeah,
so
agreed.
Is that what he was looking at today? So I do disagree with myself slightly with the Kraft comment, but it's a double-edged sword, that one.
For me,
it's a double. It looks
Paul's not ready.
It looks easy to make that decision now because we just got hammered.
Yeah.
But for me, Tripp starts over Kraft any day of the week because of his quality, his leadership, his defensive structure, the way that he helps his teammates out.
Yes. Had a stinker today, but yes.
He did. I mean, his passing was so off. I've never seen him pass the ball so poorly.
That's not true.
But I feel like everyone.
We saw that 2 seasons ago.
Like that at the minute. They look void of confidence away from home.
It looks like we're passing around a hot potato rather than, or that we haven't played together before. I just don't understand where the disconnect is.
Yeah, nobody wants that ball at the minute.
I just saw that comment.
Yeah. Welcome, Mr. B. You deserve to gloat. I'm not going to yeah, piss off. It made our defense look floppy, but they flattered them. Don't fall into the trap. It was all shit. It was all crap. Do you know what it is though, right? This whole long throw thing, right? It's not a new thing.
No.
Teams have been able to do it. Rory Delap made a living out of it for Stoke.
Yep.
And this guy at Brentford who throws that ball and he throws it in just as good as Rory Delap did. And it is very, very difficult to defend against. So should we have been in the tactics, which a lot of teams did back in the day with Stoke, put the ball out for a corner?
Yep. Yep.
Again, they're still good from corners as well, though. Or
just have a midfield that can stop the ball going through. I feel like our midfield is like non-existent right now.
Yeah. This was another thing
on the defense, which is, I mean, we can't blame Trippier and Pope for all of it.
The midfielder looks knackered. The midfield looks tired. Bruno looks tired. Joe Linton looks just void of football and knowledge at the minute.
I mean, it's hard to pick on Joe Linton. He was only on the pitch for 30 minutes.
Yeah, but also
he touched the ball 17 times.
Yeah, we're forced to make a substitution because he doesn't wear shin pads big enough.
Like, to me, that's a whole new subject. That
but that's a droppable offense for me. You are injured because you're wearing a fucking tic tac on your shin pad.
Well, I'm glad somebody brought that up because that if I was Eddie Howe, would be saying that stuff stops now. Get a shin pad on, you absolute wally, or you're not playing.
I don't understand it.
They're wearing shin pads the size of iPod holders, and it's not good.
Yeah, I don't.
And it wasn't even hard. It was like a soft piece of.
It looked like a makeup sponge.
Yeah, it did. Yeah,
it was no.
And he goes around being in this hard. I mean, he's getting blasted in the comments from other fans of he's meant to be this hard man. Well, actually, you've just gone off wearing a makeup sponge, mate. Like you've really cocked up.
But also, he shouldn't have been starting in the first place.
No, exactly.
You see, I disagree with that because I thought Joe Linton had his best game on Wednesday night.
Yeah, but 1 in 10.
I know, but it's hard to drop
it. Yeah,
it's hard to drop a player. By the way, you had a great game on Wednesday night, by the way, but you're on the bench.
Second off. But
I thought he was good in the first half. He made the runs. He he was offside for a goal, which he reminded me of the Spurs goal with the sharp pass and the way he brought it down. I thought, that's the Joe Linton we want to see. The Joe Linton who breaks into the box, who gets in there, gets the numbers in there. And then what happened on Wednesday night, it's just like, all right, that's our Champions League performances. Now we're back in the Premier League. Let's just throw a shower of shit in front of us again. And Jules says it wasn't all shit. Jules, it was. Apart from the goal we scored, I did not enjoy that game from start to finish at all. We battled a lot. We battled a lot. I mean, I'm going to have to bring the stats up just to talk about them because, Jesus, where are your stats? Where have you gone? Oh, this is going to be hard reading. So, statistics. First half, Newcastle had 49% of the possession. They had 51%. We had one big chance, 2 shots, 1 keeper save. That was it in the first half. They had 5. The first half was atrocious for both teams. I thought it was a mismatch game. Everyone was. Do you know what it felt like? It felt like it was like who had the biggest dick. Kind of competition. I'm the hardest man on this pitch, so I'm going to prove it. Like everyone wanted to fight each other rather than actually play football. That's what it felt like when I was watching it. There was that much. Oh, I don't know. It just Dan Burn was forgetting about the ball. He was just playing the man all the time. It got really, really frustrating. In the second half, we had 53% of the possession somehow. Our expected goals was 0.10. And I know expected goals is one of these ones that you shouldn't. But if you're not creating chances, that proves it right there. They had 4 big chances, 10 shots. Our keeper made no saves. We had 3 shots and their keeper made 3 saves. That just shows you the polar opposite. It's like in the second half, Brentford decided, let's go out and play football. And they won the game by creating more chances, winning the second balls all the time. And I just didn't see anything from anyone in that second half that deserved any praise or any Other than Malik Chow, I would say everyone else.
I was just going to
solid.
say Malik Chow.
Yeah, who's only in the team, by the way, because Schade got that, was a concussion or that
bang
injury.
in the head, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And then he's kept his place and arguably is the player of the season so far.
Yep.
But he's only in the team because of an injury. And that's probably my biggest frustration with Howe. And don't get me wrong, I love him. But this whole thing of, like we're saying, the starting 11, do you know what I mean? Not putting players in soon enough.
He's the man to put it right. He's definitely the man to put it right.
He deserves a shot for sure.
Because a lot of people, I've seen a lot of people calling for his head, but I would say to them people...
We'll come to that a little bit later. But Mr. B's brought up a great point. It's a shame we haven't got a strike like Thiago. So January, mate. We've got the funds. You have Wissa back. We'll take Thiago off of you. You know, just remember, there's everyone keeps on saying to me, there's a pecking order in the Premier League. Liverpool and Man City and all them lot are at the top. That's why they pick players off us. You're below us, so we pick players from you. You know?
Not as of today.
They're not below us.
Pecking order wise, they are.
I think Wissa does change it though, doesn't he?
I've been saying that. I've been saying that since the start of the season.
It's just
Good point,
it's just awful that he's been injured.
Well, I put a tweet out a while ago saying, is it time to cash in on our older players and start investing into youth players between the age of 22 and 24 like we have done? We've got, I think, 13 players between the ages of 19 and 24 in our squad, which is fantastic because you need that. You need to let them bleed in, you know, give them time to get to know each other. And then they're coming into the peak. They then start to perform and perfectly. So for me, it's time to start potentially cashing in on people like Joe Linton, Murphy, even though he's probably one of our better players at the moment, which is really silly to say considering everyone wanted to replace him. Joe Willock, again, another one. Then I wouldn't be offering contracts to Shaw or to Dan Burn anymore because they're at an age now where there's no value in it. And are they good enough to still have a squad place? I don't know.
It's a lot to replace all those though in one summer or one January or whatever. I think it has to be done step by step, which is what we're trying to do. It's just that unfortunately people keep, you know, getting ahead of us in this pecking order and taking the players that we want to replace. But I think you've got to have that little bit of leadership, like we say, Trippier and stuff, and Dan Burn until today. My God, what was he thinking? But I think you have to have those older players to guide them because a lot of times these youngsters, they lose their heads quite easy.
Yeah, that's true.
I think there's a bit of meat on the bone with some of them though as well, isn't there? The Joe Willock, you could get a bit of meat off him. You know, is it time for look at Andy Gordon replacing him? I'm going to get pelters for that, I think. But he's not turning up to games. I know he was injured today, but over the past 6 months, he's just been poor for me. Yeah.
I think
Harvey Barnes is impressed.
I don't think Gordon's done as bad as everyone says there is, and Harvey Barnes hasn't shone as much light as everyone thinks he has.
Hasn't Gordon not scored a Premier League goal in 21 games or something?
Yeah, it's been
a goal or an assist for like 20.
Yeah,
but he's got four Champions League goals though.
Yeah, but look at
he just turns up for the Champions League. I hate that at the minute. I hate that comment. Look who they're against. It doesn't matter if he'd scored 4 goals in the Premier League. We wouldn't be going.
But look at Elanga. He seems to shine in the Champions League as well at the minute.
Not really.
Shine, maybe a little bit too.
The night that he got man of the match was confusing to me because I didn't see it. I didn't think he was electric, but he got man of the match. It was our first one. It was our first match that he got it.
No, US second one.
Yes,
yeah, the away one when Gordon scored 2. Right, forget about all that chat. Right, let's talk about the penalty decision and let's talk about the non-penalty.
Which one? And I was going to say,
both of them. This is the start of the Dan Burn decline.
The first one was more of a penalty than the second one.
You see, I agree, but the first one wasn't a penalty for me.
No, I don't think either was a penalty.
Because if I was running like that and someone stepped on my foot, I would not be flinging myself 30 yards forward to throw myself to the floor and try and get a penalty.
Yeah, I think the way he threw himself down kind of made it worse. If he'd you know what I mean? If he tried to carry on and maybe the touch did knock him a little bit, then I think he might have got it. But
Yeah.
no.
The big difference as well is the referee didn't give it.
Right.
Had the referee given it, would VAR have overruled it? I don't
Probably
think
not.
they would have.
No,
No.
I don't think they would have either.
They're supposed to only look at clear, obvious errors. So for me, that wasn't a clear and obvious error. Now, when the referee gave the penalty for the second goal, for the second penalty decision, which was a penalty.
Second foul.
Yeah.
Supposed foul.
Supposed foul. Because
other
referee give
simulation.
it, could VAR have overruled it? I don't think they could have, because there's contact. So you can
Barely.
But it's enough, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's enough for the first one if the referee gives it.
Yeah.
But it's not enough to overrule it. So
As
playing on that
soon-
same.
Yeah, it's not clear and
concept.
obvious to overturn. Yeah.
Yeah.
As soon as we survived that scrape and Dan Burn got a yellow,
That's
we
when he
should have
was.
we should have
Well,
been
Yeah, of course we
Yeah.
should.
Yeah.
The fact
Yeah,
that we
you should
got
have
to
pulled
over
the
70
trigger then.
minutes before we made any substitutions, and substitutions we had to make because of the change of game because we lost a player. Like, that's insane to me.
I think the only time I've ever seen a quadruple substitution is when I do it in Championship Manager.
Well, it's desperation, isn't it? It's panic, a bit like West Ham when he made all those changes. It was,
think
square
That was
pegs
half
around
time
holes.
as well, wasn't it? That
I
was
think
like
West
literally.
Ham won it at half time though. Was some of them poorly? Was some of them ill?
Then why were they starting?
He had nobody else at all. I think he literally had nobody else. If there's a virus in the camp, which I think he covered up, which maybe he shouldn't have done, because let's face
Shouldn't
it,
have.
I would let that out.
a lot of other managers would have said, this is what's going on, but no, Eddie Howe sort of didn't take the excuse road, and he should have done.
He doesn't,
But he doesn't.
like using
That's the thing.
excuses.
He
That's the thing.
doesn't, but then it would have been possibly the truth.
But let's be fair, our away form before that was not good, particularly
And then
anyway.
it doesn't fix the away form. No.
Our away form is. Well, let's look
It's
at it.
dire.
Draw. Was there 3 draws? And then
Is it-
2 free losses, or was it 2 draws, 3 losses in the Premier League?
1, 2. I think
It's
it's
something
3
like
draws, 3 losses, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, because Bournemouth
It's
withdrew as
awful.
well. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that just shows you how terrible our away form is. I tweeted out 5 minutes before the next penalty saying, "Get Dan Burn off this football pitch straight away."
Everybody
we could all
was
see
screaming
it
that.
coming, can't we?
Yeah.
We could
I
all
think-
see it coming,
Yeah.
which is
Slow rolling a
frustrating.
red card, so obvious that everyone could see it.
Yeah.
It was.
The thing with it, it's not a red card; it's 2 yellows, isn't it? Which is
Yes.
why some people have said, "Why was he sent off?" It's like, well, he wasn't sent off. It was 2 yellows.
Yeah. Which gets him 1 match ban, correct?
One
Yes.
match ban, but what that does as well is forces Eddie Howe's hand now, doesn't it? Which is a thing that a lot of people criticize him for, is he picks his favourites. He can't against City. He's got to play Lewis Hall now. And that's when Lewis Hall, for me, should have come back in
Let's
anyway.
hope he's fit.
He will be. He will be by then. He'll be able to start the game, and that's what we want.
Yeah.
He got beaten by a set-piece coach. Just accept it. And we have accepted it, but we're
Yeah,
talking
I mean-
about that's what we're allowed.
We can still have a bit of a.
We can
I'm
have
just-
a whinge.
Baz, we talked about this on Friday in the lead up. I said, because Dan Burn can't buy a drink in Newcastle ever again in the rest of his life because of 2 headers. We know
Yeah.
that.
I'm a big
we
Dan
were
Burn fan.
all. So as am I. We were all celebrating him Wednesday night, and Thursday morning, and Friday morning. Not a one of us wanted him out of the side, but at the same time,
No.
we're looking at that 11 going, it needs a fresh. It needs something. That's why I was saying, we should have started Ramsdale. I don't think Lewis Hall was ready to go 90 minutes.
He wasn't ready
from
to
the
start.
No, I questioned Baz. I said I wondered whether or not Cher should come in for Botman, because
Botman looks
Botman
tired.
was
He looks
not
tired.
doing well either.
Yeah,
You know,
he's not got the pace anymore.
I think for
We
the
also-
third, he dropped off, didn't he? For the third, he stopped running and he sort of looked at a jog, lost where he was, and then the next minute he knows it's in the back of the net. If he'd have kept running, he'd have possibly got there. It might have been stopped.
Is this for the
I don't
third
know.
goal?
For the third, yeah.
he doesn't know the players there.
Yeah, he doesn't know and I think he has lost a yard.
I think he's lost a yard.
Yeah,
Which is a shame.
Two knee injuries. That's what happens to you.
Yeah.
But he's still quicker than Shaw. I think.
That's true.
But
yeah, the big Dan Burn thing, the problem is all of this could have been, he still would have, like, he can have a bad game. Everyone's entitled to a bad game. But everyone, I think, saw, before the first penalty, everyone saw that really we should be making that change because he was on his last legs. He's also tired. They're all tired, 3 games in a week. It should have been before. It should have been on 60 minutes, if not earlier.
Yeah, we were all crying for it. We all saw it. We all saw, even Dan Burn saw it himself. And Dan Burn, when you give away the second penalty, obviously didn't get the first, but I call it the second penalty. He knew himself. You saw it in his face and his body language. He was just like, oh. And then he got himself sent.
And he's going to get a lot of unnecessary criticism online. Yes, he had a bad game, but to me, that's on Howe. That he should have made the change.
I mean, I was streaming the TV. It was on Howe, totally on Howe.
Yep, the whole game to me is on Howe today.
Oh, 100%. And this is what frustrates me a lot.
In that post-match conference, though, you could see that he knew it was on him as well. He looks dejected.
He should have come out and said it, though. Yeah.
He won't
For me, if you put Dan Burn at left centre-back, different player.
Yes. So, centre-back, he's brilliant.
If he wanted to keep Dan Burn on because of his height, because of the long throws, why didn't he take Botman off for Lewis Hall and then put Dan Burn in at left centre-back? That would have been the other option. Agree. So there's another tactical mishap or a miss that he's made. And his post-match comments didn't help at all, really, for me. He said, and that was the reason why he kept Dan Burn on. That's all he said was he was there for the tactical reason, for the height, because of their long throw-ins. And it's just like, hold on a minute. Stop.
You've got 2 guys who are 6'4".
Yeah.
Exactly.
But also we play all of our,
as well.
Yeah, we play all of our players in the box. And I'm sorry, but I hate that. Because then if you put one player up on the halfway line, 2 of their players have to mark him.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, and at least give yourself a chance to escape that onslaught of, especially against a team like Brentford that we know are all about set plays, bringing that into the box again. Like, try and drag it out a little bit. Well, I mean, then you put Barnes up there, put Murphy up there, put something. You know, if they're short, put them up there just to kind of try and bring it out. But this is why I'm not a manager, obviously.
But the other thing for me is, though, they weren't just a set piece team today. They had quick wingers.
They outplayed us.
I mean, we mentioned this on Friday, and I said Schade is one to look out for because he's rapidly quick.
Yep.
And they utilised them very, very well. And that's one of the reasons why Dan Burn was on the yellow card, because he pulled someone back that he was never catching. And then obviously he gives away the penalty and that's it. Bob's your uncle. But Eddie Howe not criticising himself in his post-match was a little bit, that hurt me a little bit, because he should have come out and said, when he was asked the question about why didn't he take Dan Burn off, he should have said, I made a tactical error. You know, I should have took him off.
Yeah.
Everyone knew he was struggling, and he's the only person who couldn't see him struggling. So to me, he should have said, look, I've obviously made a mistake. I didn't see it at the time. It's all on me. You know, take the heat off the players, take all the crap yourself, because he has to. He's made a mistake. And I don't mind him if he makes a mistake and comes out and
every player makes
a mistake. Exactly.
This is what you want.
And every manager makes a mistake. Yeah,
exactly. Gree, do you think that midfield left him adrift, so to speak, for Toon Army? Yeah, I don't think Toon Army had his best game either. To be fair, Bruno. I don't think
he's had a particularly good game in a week, because I think they're all too tired.
Oh, Toon Army was excellent on Wednesday.
You think? I mean, I thought he was better than everybody else, but I don't think he was. I don't think he was Tonali. Do you know what I mean?
No, I get that.
Yes, again, we were looking at the starting 11 from Wednesday night, and then we started trying to figure out what our starting 11 was going to be for on Wednesday. Baz, you were saying he needs to make alterations to his formations. The 4-3-3 away doesn't work for us.
No.
We need to start doing something else. And you were like 4-2-3-1 and everything. Okay,
But
that's
neither
great.
does 5 at the back. Please, can we not go back to 5 at the back?
But I'm just sitting there. I'm sitting there. We're all
4-3-2-1.
we're all analyzing. Yeah. So Bruno and Tonali sit
4-2-3-1, whichever way you want to do it.
right. Yeah, well, yeah, we're trying to figure out how to squeeze everything we can out of there. Right now, we know. We've said this over and over again, Baz, as well. We don't know what our best 11 is because we haven't been able to see it yet.
Yeah.
True.
We haven't been able to see 11 with both Tino and Hall in it, and Botman and Chow in it, and arguably the best 3 midfield trio supporting a Voldemata and Vissa up front, and then we're trying to figure out who stays off. We're saying, okay, so Joe Linton stays off. Bruno and Tonali sit. Voltemata plays the 10. Gordon and Elanga supposedly, on the wings, and Vissa up front. That is arguably our best 11, but we haven't been able to see it yet.
God forbid if that starting 11 does play and we lose. Can you imagine?
Exactly.
But again, though, it needs time to bed in, doesn't it? You can't just expect it to work as soon as you pick it. That's the other problem with
it.
That's also my concern. Because are we just going to come? I can't even speak. Are we going to continue to play this way until they come back, or are we going to try and fix something now to adapt? Our playing style is not working. We used to be a team of intensity as our identity. There is no intensity anymore.
Well, that was my next question.
That was my next team, because I don't see that either.
Go on. So that was my next question: is do we need to go back to our old dark arts?
Yeah, there's no shithousery anymore.
Yeah. The thing is, with Voltemata up front, can you play the high press?
Not like we used to be able to, no.
I think he has to drop, as we said before, he has to drop back. I mean, I don't know, play Elanga ahead of him for a bit of more pace, with your wingers, etc., and put just Bruno and Tonali in midfield and have Voltemata a little bit deeper.
He is a number 10, isn't he?
Yeah, because then he's the one who's the only player really who's doing our link-up play. And that's why he doesn't have time to run forward into the box, because he's too busy setting everyone else up, and then there's no one there. And everyone else has that running in treacle.
Without
go on, Dan.
Without Vissa, and now without Asula, without Gordon, you're sitting there. We're trying to fit square pegs in round holes. We said it come January, and I know Baz hates going shopping in January because all the prices are inflated. I said prices were inflated last summer as well.
Prices are always inflated for us anyway.
We didn't make a single first team edition in 3 windows prior to the summer. We didn't get any of the business that we wanted to get done as early as we wanted to get done. All of the targets that we went after all went to different clubs. I mean, everything that possibly could have gone wrong during the summer window went wrong. Now we start the season, we lose arguably our best player. We get in a great. We invested in better. In young Big Nick. We now have a director of football who is actively working behind the scenes, which let's be honest, we didn't have one since 2023 when Dan Ashworth went on gardening leave.
Yep.
And now we have a CEO that is also making big changes. So I'm actually very optimistic about this winter window, because I think we're going to be able to do some things that we haven't been able to do in the better part of 2 years. And we may have to spend a shit ton of money to do it.
The summer one, I think I am more. This season sort of is stabilized. I call it a stabilization season. The top's a mess. There's been no top. The transfer window that we've just gone through was horrific. I think that's still in the back of our heads.
PTSD.
Yeah, I do think this is a stabilization season. We just need to steady the ship. But you
the
can't
thing
do
is,
that
it
when
shouldn't have been.
either.
It shouldn't have been a stabilized season.
It shouldn't.
Have been. Not when
No.
you qualify for the Champions League again. We should have been pushing on and trying to nail that top 5 spot, because there was always going to be 5 spots for Champions League again next season with how many English teams are in the competition. So for me, I don't know if it's because of the backroom staff or whatever it was, but the summer transfer window has dragged on all the way through this season. And we kind of get ourselves away from it, can we? The Isak saga has cost us. Not having a striker for first 4 games has cost us.
Yeah.
Not having Ramsey in earlier is costing us. Not having Alanga in earlier is costing us, because it's taking them longer to get them used to everything. Had we bought them in the first 2 weeks, what we should have done, this season would have been a lot smoother.
Yeah.
However, counterpoint,
Go on.
Those horrible neighbours down the road have bought pretty much a whole new team,
But
and
early.
are playing football. Yeah, but if
They
what,
bought
2
them
months
early.
earlier?
That's a huge difference in football when it comes to getting to know your teammates, being on the training pitch for those 2 months. Remember, when we're playing Saturday, Wednesday, Sunday, there's no training. There's hardly any training
but
time.
there was only 2 players in that team today that are new.
Not that there were. That's another problem. We haven't freshened it up enough.
No. Well, yeah, starting 11. Back to that.
Not just to start 11, the squad itself as well.
Yeah.
I mean, our horrible neighbours are playing once a week. They've got a lot of training time. They've got a lot of setup time. We haven't, but Eddie's got to navigate that better, because last time this was the problem. The last time
It was. It's
And how do you
history's
navigate
repeating
that?
itself.
it's history repeating itself. It is.
But worse this time round. It's worse than last time. And we had a thinner squad last time as well.
Mhm.
Which is even
I
more
think our neighbors down the road are also going to see what they're made of come African Cup of Nations time.
Yeah, half their squad's away, isn't it?
Yeah, I've had that argument with them, and they're all saying that only two of them are in the starting 11 and they're going to be fine. So
Okay, but at the same time they bring 5 of them off the bench. You know, it's still 7 out of 18. So
they're in a false position. They will fall down. My
We
point
still
more
catch
being
them.
that there's
We
a
still
lot of
catch
teams
them.
who've had change. Look at Brentford. Look at the change they've had. But at least they can pass the ball to each other. We just look like nobody wants it. And when they do get it, that first touch is so bad. I wonder if they've even played football.
yeah.
I think once
But it's only away from home,
really
though,
good.
isn't it? It's only
But
away
have
from
we
home.
been other than Champions League, other than cup games, in the Premier League, have we actually been really good at home? Have you ever thought, the Liverpool game, I thought we were up for it. Amazing. And we lost, unfortunately, very unlucky there. But to be honest, I can't think of the Fulham game. I mean, I don't think we've been playing that good at home either. I think the
They've been
crowd
playing really
have
badly though as well, haven't they?
Oh, what have I done there?
We were very, very lucky, I think, in the Fulham match.
Yeah.
I thought we played well in the Fulham. I was there. We huffed and puffed. And I thought Fulham were brilliant as well, though. So I get what you're saying, but we found a way of winning at home.
But is it not just because we have the 12th man? Do you know what I mean? Like the crowd makes a hell of a difference. And I love that for us. I love that for us, but we can't keep relying on the crowd.
Oh, God, here we go. 2 points off the relegation zone, but 6 points off Champions League. See, there you go. There's the double-edged sword again, isn't it? Not time to panic yet, but performances have not been good enough. If we continue to lose, then lose to Sunderland, then Howe should go.
You can't sack him just because of a loss against Sunderland. That's madness.
Yes, you can.
No, that's madness.
You can. And it's happened before.
Oh, yeah, but look how well that worked.
The only thing is,
worked out really well. We got rid of Scream Souness.
If you sack him against Sunderland, it does get that bad.
Rude Hullet.
Who do you go and get?
Well, this is the big question to all those people who say Eddie Howe out. If you sack Eddie Howe right now, who is taking over? And if you say Mourinho, you're an idiot, an absolute idiot, because Eddie Howe absolutely thrashed Mourinho.
Oh, Mourinho's a dinosaur.
Exactly. And but loads of people keep saying to me, "Oh, Mourinho."
No, absolutely not.
That's because he calls himself a little magpie, isn't it? Though that's with his
It
little
is.
Bobby
It's
Robson.
Sentiment
That's the
gets
heart.
you nowhere.
That's the heart thing.
It's the heartstrings. The sad
Yeah.
fact is the season at home played well and got some results. Exception Spurs, where we play with a lack of confidence, intensity, players choosing when to turn up. Mancini's a good shout in a way, but again, that's following the City mold, isn't it? Because that's what they did.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean it's going to work for us. And
Oliver
you've also-
Glasner, Crystal Palace.
I think he's a great manager, and I think he will get a big job at some point. And
I don't think Crystal Palace will let us have him if it did come down to it.
Not
But
at the
he
moment.
would be my
Our good friend Scott Parrish? Sure.
one.
Oh, yeah, just roll out the red carpet for us. Uh-huh.
He's only got a year left, though, right? Has he got a year left? Or is it the end of the season?
Yeah, I think he's got either another year or the end of the season, but he's not going to sign a new contract until Palace show ambition.
Yeah.
So he's off.
But as I say,
No.
I don't think Eddie Howe should go, and I think you have to at least give him till Christmas. But
Right, well, let's have a look at the games, right? Because let's face it, Man City next, right?
oof,
Then we got Marseille away,
oof.
and then we've got Everton away, which is can be an all right fixture for us. Then we've got 3 points in the bag on the 2nd of December because we're playing Spurs. Then we should have another 3 points in the bag, but Martin Dubravka will probably come back to haunt us because we're playing Burnley on the 6th of December. Then we go away to Leverkusen, and then we'll go away to Sunderland,
They're not a good
and
team.
then we're at home to Fulham in the Cup. Then we're at home to Chelsea. Then we're away to Man United on Boxing Day, and then we're away to Burnley again in December. So we'll play Burnley twice very quickly. So there's a chance of picking up some points, but where? How many games do you give them to turn it around?
I give him the season.
I think if you get knocked out, I would give him
by him.
as long as we possibly can. But it's whether the owners would give him that long. Do you know what I mean? Because at
This
the end
is
of the
what I
day, it's all about money. It's all about money, and they want us up the table to get that Champions League money.
And it
But
would,
yeah, it would be
yeah.
harsh.
Yeah. The thing is that if noise is a massive thing when it comes to online, and the fan base at St James's Park, totally different, don't get me wrong. But we want to be a global brand. Well, PIF want us to be a global brand. That means if there's a load of noise online, they won't like that. And that is where Eddie Howe could have his downfall. And I
think if the media turn on Howe, I don't think social media wise, because social media is such a cesspool.
It is, yeah. We all agree on that, but
Yeah.
the PIF though, because it's
Well,
a
if you think
big
you think the Shearers and the Ian Wrights and the Roy Keanes and the Gary Nevilles and the the punditry, if they start saying, Eddie's lost his way at Newcastle, it's time for him to take another sabbatical and go learn off somebody else. Simeone didn't work. Let's go find somebody else that Eddie Howe needs to go and train with. For
Eddie Howe went to 4 different clubs or something.
yeah, we know he went to Liverpool as well.
Yeah. So
I still think he has far too much credit in the bank with the owners.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course he does.
I still say that
Rightfully so.
until he's had the opportunity to play his best 11, he can't be judged accurately at the moment. But he also has to but the inverse of that is he also has to be able to show that he has the technical nous, the tactical nous, to make the right changes and not take the same 11 and beat them to death. And I mean, we saw dynamism against Spurs in the cup game.
Yeah, we did
with Ramsey and Willock in midfield.
Willock arguably had his best game, I think, for us as well.
Who could have seen that happening? Yeah. But did we start them today? Yeah.
But yet Joe Linton has half a good game last game and keeps his place.
Right.
But
exactly.
Do you know what I mean? What message does that send?
Right. Yeah. When you have a fantastic game in the cup and then you get dropped in order to watch Dross get paraded out again, I agree.
It's
I
the
would like to
miserable
have
thing of
seen.
Eddie Howe, though, and he's faithful, though, isn't it? That's what it
Yeah.
seems to be.
And that's going to be his own downfall. Do you know what I mean? And that's why
I've always said
we're
Eddie will
criticizing
fall on
him
his
today.
sword with that one. He did, but he
Yes.
did at Bournemouth, didn't he?
Yeah.
That was his style of player, wasn't it? He wouldn't. He kept on trying to play off from the back and try to play attractive football, and so. But we know Eddie Howe can change it up because we've adapted and changed over the years and become a more footballing team from when he first took over. And those first couple of years where we were more of a battering ram team, you know, we hit teams on the break, we hit them with high intensity, we tried to win the ball early in the final third, and you know, punish teams with quality in that area. And something's got to change, and I think we've got to go back to that. Got to go back to basics, strip it all back, and start again.
Totally agree.
And then wait for the better players to be fit and ready to adapt. Because I think he does want to adapt the formation and change, but he can't until Wiss is available.
Yeah, I think we saw that with who he was targeting in the summer window, you know, with like Pedro and Ekitike and stuff. I think the idea was to play a slightly different formation and adapt, but I still think he could do that with the players we have. And what if we never see the first 11 this season? Because just because those guys get fit doesn't mean someone else is not going to get injured.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? So you can't make that excuse that we're just waiting for that first 11. The results, you can't wait for that sort of thing. We're dropping down the table. You have to try and make some sort of change. And he didn't compared to West Ham. And that's on him.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Agreed.
Right. This is what Bruno's come out and said on Instagram. In almost 4 years at the club, we're going through perhaps one of the toughest moments. Just like in life, we can't always be at the top. But something football has taught me over all these years is that in times like this, we need to stick together and never let go of each other's hands. The first part of the season didn't go as expected, and now after the break, we need to find the chemistry that has guided us all this time until now. I can assure you that we are just as sad as you are, the fans. I love our captain. But I do feel sorry for him at the moment because we don't know how fit he is, because like he lied to Eddie Howe before the Champions League game, saying he was 100% fit and he clearly wasn't. Is he still feeling the effects? Is the squad still feeling a bit of the effects of this bug that's been going around?
When we've found ourselves in this hole before, you know, Piff has funded a warm weather trip. Oh, you're going to Riyadh now, and you're going to go, you know, play a friendly and everything. I don't think the answer is let's play more. They've got to get fit. If they're not well, then for God's sake, just send them home with chicken soup and say, you know, just chill for a little bit and sleep.
Over you, man.
Yeah, I want you to sleep for 16 hours tomorrow. You know,
just get it out of your system, basically.
I don't know what the right answer is. You know,
to be fair, also, do we ever come back after an international break and play well? Because I always think we usually are terrible after the international break. So,
and it makes it even harder when you've got Man City at home. You know,
and that's because we've got two guys that fly halfway around the world to go play for Brazil somewhere. You know, Bruno and Joe Linton both went to Korea.
Yeah, but Man City's whole team is off. It's pretty much their whole team. Even their subs. Do you know what I mean? Their whole team. Every elite side has this.
I was going to say, and when those Man City players come back, if they're not 100%, he can put out a completely different 11 that bests are bests. You know, so we're still playing catch up, and unfortunately, every time we seem to get the ability to get a leg up, then somehow the Prem puts a rule in place that keeps us down again.
I think that's the thing. So we still can't splash the cash that's actually there.
Yep.
And it that has blighted us since day one of the takeover. A lot of these clubs that are ready made now, these rules weren't in place when they got their players and staff in place.
And their success,
and their success, so that they've been able to go from strength to strength.
And they don't like it. Yeah, they love seeing us struggle. We'll get there.
It's a long road. It's a long road. We will be up there, but
it's a marathon, not a sprint.
A bit of stability behind the scenes, like we saw, will help.
And that's what the season is as well. You know, it's still a lot of football.
Only 11 games gone. That's another thing to think about. You know, and we're like selling the 6 points off Champions League still, even though we've had an absolute atrocious start. The only problem I've got is we need to go on a run of about 5-6 games and win to actually get to that stage now.
Yeah.
And the longer it takes to start doing that, the more games you got to keep.
I think that's where Eddie will challenge the lads, though. I think he'll turn and say, "Look, let's go. Let's put the Man United defeat in the Carabao Cup a few years ago. That run afterwards was pretty awesome.
Yep,
do you know what I mean? Like
12, was it 11 games in a row?
11.
We only
12,
lost one in 15 or something.
Yeah,
silly like that.
Like that's what this team's capable of. It's just
that's what the old team was capable.
Yes,
we're missing a goal scorer. That's the problem.
Yeah. I think Wissa.
But we don't know how fit he's going to be. We don't know.
We don't even know if he's going to perform.
I think he will definitely perform. I
don't say that.
He will, but
I know. I think he will.
I think
he will too. But we're throwing all our eggs in one basket, I think.
We are. But January, there's a Real Madrid player we're looking at. Again, would he want to come to Newcastle? Looking at the state we're in at the moment. There's that problem as well. We've got to target a left back.
Yeah,
because we can't keep having Dan Burn at left back when Lewis Hall is not fit or he's injured. It doesn't work. You know, Dan Burn needs to play left centre back or he needs to sit on the bench.
Yeah. And there's plenty of rotation from there's cup games.
Of course there is.
Do you know what I mean? Even in a Premier League game, you can still rotate that back.
Of course you can.
You know what I mean? You'll still get.
This is what I don't get. If someone said to me, right, you've got these 4 centre backs, the Shaw and Burn are starting today, and Botman and Chow are going to have to sit out, I'd be like, okay. You know, I wouldn't be like, oh, that's a really stupid decision to me. That's atrocious. You know,
I'd be worried about the pace at the back, but yes,
it's again, there's ways of playing. You play a deeper line instead of a high line, so you're not caught out with the pace at the. You know, there's ways of doing it, and I'm not upset about anyone in that back 4 because they're all good defenders. They're all great defenders in their own right and in their own way. And Dan Burn's got an England call up because of his performances at left centre back.
Yep.
You know, so if someone said to me, okay, you're playing Dan Burn and Chow today, right? Fair enough. Okay.
Yeah, I think that's how you would have to do it, right? You do. Yeah. You know, one of the younger ones, one of the older ones.
Yeah. Again, I still wouldn't be bothered if I saw Shaw and Burn because I know how well they know each other, how well they know each other's game. They did it all last season. They're also brilliant as a pairing. But again, you might play them against a Burnley or someone like that to give the other guys a rest. There's always ways. But at left back, you can't put Dan Burn there and expect him to be the backup for Lewis Hall. And then you can't expect Tino to keep moving, even though Tino is actually probably a better left back than he is a right back, to be honest with you, which is weird. But again, you know, letting Target go now looks like a silly mistake because I think Target could have fitted in quite well. But again, he needed time and minutes in playing for Middlesbrough week in, week out. Had 2-1 Super 6. Well, my Super 6 buggered 2 in what game? You've lost me, Jules. Right. Here are the ratings. It's not good reading. How Bruno got a 7.2 because I just don't think he had a good game. Harvey Barnes gets a 7.4 because he scores the goal, of course. Did Voldemort not get the assist? Like, not get credited the assist for that lovely flick?
He should have. That's crazy.
Well, apparently if it hits a defender, it then doesn't become an assist. Do you know remember? Oh God, I've got to mention his name. I don't want to. But remember Isak at Everton?
Yeah.
When he ran around the whole team on the left side.
And didn't get the assist.
Didn't get the assist for it, which was just mental. Dan Burn obviously had a stinker. Chow definitely had a better game than a 6.8. I thought Pope had a better game than 6.5, but his punching probably brings that down. Trippier had a shocker. I mean,
I thought Trippier was worst game he's had.
Yeah, generous to trips.
I mean, is there anything you disagree on that?
I think Murphy was anonymous for a lot of the game too.
Yeah,
I forgot that Murphy was on the pitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
in that first half hour.
Do you know what frustrated me the most? Our indecision when we were playing the ball forward. There was loads of times where I was just like, right, spray it out to the left. You can see the man there. Oh, let's not do it. Let's go backwards. Spray the ball out to the right. The man's free. Oh, I'll cut inside into a cul-de-sac where I can't get out of it. You know, there was just nothing worked. Nothing worked.
We were entirely too predictable as well.
Yes, and I think players have figured that out. The teams have figured that out. Sorry. This is their ratings, and again, nothing really stands out for them. I don't think that's the right one. I've loaded up bloody Friday nights, haven't I? That's because it was on my phone. But Thiago had an 8 point something. He was the best player on the pitch for Brentford. He's going to be. He got 2 goals, didn't he? And he capitalised on a silly mistake. Yeah. But yeah, I can't. It's hard. I mean, I did say to everyone, I said, look, I can't defend Eddie Howe's tactics today. The way that he set the team up, the way he didn't react when we could all see there was something wrong. You know, it does feel like he's fallen a little bit into the mould of when he was at Bournemouth. But again, I've seen Eddie Howe make decisions at halftime and whip players off and change things. And we've all seen him go on a run. Is it possible, Beverly? You have your final say. Can Eddie Howe turn this around?
Yes. To me, the only person who can turn it around is him. It's entirely up to him, but I think he has to get over that ego thing or picking his favourites and make those changes.
Is that a thing?
To be 5 players at once, just a couple of tweaks here and there, you know?
Is that a thing though? Does he definitely just favour his favourites? Because I hear this a lot, and I'm thinking as a manager, you shouldn't be doing that, because then what does that make the guy sitting on the bench feel?
The fact that Joe Linton has started so many games, yes.
He does have his favourites.
And everybody should wear proper
I've heard it's about his Bournemouth days as well. His Bournemouth days too, he had his favourites as well.
And right, okay. Probably why Nick Pope gets it. I mean, Nick Pope, again, he's such a hard one to judge. Scott, your final say, can Eddie Howe turn this around or not?
He's the only man to do it, yeah. I think you just got to give him time. He will turn it around, yeah. 100%.
Dan?
In Eddie, we trust.
Just as simple as that. My final say is it is not time to panic. I am still very much in the Eddie Howe in camp. I think I will be for a very long time, because the man brought us our first trophy in over 70 years. 3 full seasons or 4? Yeah, 3 full seasons, 2 half seasons. He's got us into the Champions League twice. We're now into the last 8 of the Carabao Cup, or last 4.
I was going to say
quarterfinal.
I was going to say two finals. Yep.
2 finals, a win, 6 in the Champions League at the moment, which is an incredible stat. I know, but according to some people, we haven't played anyone yet and all this sort of rubbish, but you've still got to beat the teams in front of you. And these are teams
100%
that can smash a lot of teams in the Premier League. So got to stick with them, got to get behind them. Like Bruno said, they're going through a tough period. They know they are, but we've got to stick together, hold each other's hands, and just take the stick for a little bit at work, and we will push through it and get this done. Eddie Howe's the right man for it. Exactly. Yeah, I can't wait to fire it all back.
Oh yeah.
However, if he loses to Sunderland and we've hardly won a game, I fear for him. Not me personally. I would never be on the back of a manager, but if he makes more bad calls and it drops the bollock against the unwashed, the Seagull Shaggers, we are in trouble. So, but let's try and think positive. It's international break. Go and enjoy it, guys. We try and enjoy it. We will be back. Monday might not be a thing, Dan, because I'll speak to you about that. Tuesday, you're doing your barcode banner.
Tuesday at 2 p.m. Pacific time, 10 p.m. GMT. I'll have a group of it'll be me and Eddie Lucero from San Diego and Jack and John O'Hare will be on.
John.
Maybe Beverly, you can join.
If Beverly wants to be, but that's going to be
I
her
might,
work day.
but I may be in my headquarters, unfortunately. Work.
When you get 3 retired guys together who have lots of time, then that's what we do.
I know, right?
One funds the other.
I'll not be in work today.
Yeah, I'm on a crap podcast, and it's about Newcastle, and my £300 daily wage is just not going to cut it. So
I'm feeling sick. I'm feeling sick to my stomach. So,
I've got
on Tuesday at 10 p.m. UK time, we'll be on with a special episode of Barcode Banter with a few retired guys with nothing better to do but sit together and talk. So
looking forward to it. I think either Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday we might try and get Oil Brothers in.
Okay. Let me know.
We might do a fans forum and do something fun as well. I don't know.
Yep.
But thank you, Scott, for coming on. Really appreciate it. I know you've been wanting to get on and had to keep chasing you. We got there eventually. Beverly, it was an absolute pleasure meeting you, and thank you so much for coming on last minute again. We stayed away from the F-bombs and the C-bombs quite well tonight, I think.
Don't give me any inch on that. C-bomb is my favorite word.
I love it. Right, Dan, awesome as ever. Guys,
nice to see all of you.
Thank you so much in the chat for being level-headed and not ranting. I know we had a little rant and all that sort of stuff, but I hope you have enjoyed it. Thank you for keeping us entertained as well. And we'll see you all again on Tuesday. Take care till then.
Ta-da, everyone. Guys.